This trade was just absolutely textbook. This is a beautiful trade. This is honestly one of the best trades I've taken ever. Let me just break it down because this was absolutely gorgeous. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lewis, and if this is the first time that you're watching my YouTube channel, welcome and thank you for giving me your time. First thing I want to say is make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend who is also on their trading journey, because all I'm doing is just documenting my trading journey. I want to bring to light that the YouTube channel and the Instagram are growing rapidly, and I'm very thankful for that. It is all because of you. One like, one comment, one share. I'm thankful for all of it. I'm just happy that somebody's finding enjoyment in this and some type of value from what I'm bringing, and that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Honestly, this is something that I'm very passionate about, not only the content creation but the trading as well, because I know the type of lifestyle that this can provide for me. I don't want to ramble for too much. I got 3 trades that I took this week. I honestly recorded this video before, but I forgot to hit record on the screen recording, so I have to re-record it. I'm gonna try my best to remember what I was talking about in that last video. I still have the footage, but I haven't looked it over. I just decided that you guys deserve better than just having a still screen on the video, so that's why I'm re-recording it. But let's get right into it, and then I got a couple of things I want to talk about at the end, so make sure you stay around for that. So like always, the screenshot already popped up. This is the first trade that I took on Monday the 4th. It was a loss. As you can see, on Friday the day before, we had this major drop and we started coming up, and I saw that we were going up, and I thought we were just gonna have a continuation at least up to this first TP, if anything, and then maybe drop down. But it didn't even end up coming up to this TP, and my actual take profit was at the top up here, which was a high from last month, honestly, which it hadn't gotten up to. But there was these relatively equal highs right here. As you can see, this one, I could have had this as my second take profit, but it never ended up going up there, so never got the chance to actually take profit. But let's just break down what ended up happening. Obviously, the rest of the day just ended up being a consolidation, and the only good trade probably would have been somewhere around here in the London session. Something definitely set up in the lower time frames for the moves down here with these lows, but as you can see, maybe something in here in the lower time frames once this liquidity was swept, and then coming up maybe took profits above the bodies of these candles. But knowing me, I probably would have took profit above this and it never got up there, so would have lost anyways. Well, not lost anyways, but rode it out and then been stopped out over here. But that's something that I'm working on, especially this week. I'm going to make a whole new video since I'm re-recording this video type late. I want to talk about specifically me being a bit more patient and sticking to my plan, which is going to be a whole conversation. I have a whole note that I wrote and posted on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. It explains it. But yeah, this was a trade. It was a consolidating day for the rest of the day, and then actually in the higher time frames, as you can see, it was just in this range, in this big range, chopping up and down until it broke through and started a downtrend over here. But as you can see, we're starting to come back up in the higher time frames. I'm hoping for tomorrow, but it's gonna come into this higher time frame fair value gap. I believe it's a daily fair value gap, and then that's probably gonna be my target. But looking at the range for the Asian session, it's already kind of big with about 40 pips, so I don't know how it's gonna move tomorrow, honestly, but we'll see. I don't know if there's any news or anything like that. We still gotta take profits here and stuff that we didn't reach from before, but let's see. The higher time frames are always best. But let's move on to the next trade, which I ended up taking on Thursday, because Tuesday and Wednesday was high impact news and I just was not trying to touch any of those. This trade was just absolutely textbook. This is a beautiful trade. This is honestly one of the best trades I've taken ever. Let me just break it down because this was absolutely gorgeous. So if you understand the power of 3, you know about the consolidation, manipulation, which is this move down here, manipulation, and then distribution. Like I said, textbook. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution. And there were some higher time frame objectives up here as a higher time frame fair value gap, which I believe I ended up changing because of the trading for this week. But either way, let's keep breaking down this trade because it was absolutely textbook. Once I noticed that we were in a consolidation and broke down, I was bullish either way because of the higher time frames. If you know the quarterly theory, the true open of New York is 7:30, so I marked that out always. And since I was bullish, I was waiting for a move to happen below the open. Right after the open, we started breaking down. We hit a higher time frame point of interest, which was, I believe it was an order block on the higher time frame. So I just waited for a smart money reversal. And if you know what a smart money reversal is, it's basically a breaker. So once we got this Judas swing down, I marked it out with my fib and got the -4 on the fib, and that's what I targeted. But I honestly could have targeted a bit higher because there was a higher time frame fair value gap, which was what it was reaching for. But I was content with that. I wasn't mad. It was a 5.3 risk to reward ratio. But the actual setup was on the 5 minute. As you can see here, we had swept below the lows of the consolidation, like I mentioned earlier. Smart money reversal with this high, lower low, and then we ended up sweeping through the swing high right here with displacement, leaving a fair value gap. As you can see, I marked it there, fair value gap, and an order block, which was the move down to sweep the liquidity that was built up right here. And that's something that I've noticed as well. I'm learning so much, it's kind of crazy. That once we hit a higher time frame point of interest, we'll start a consolidation, which is just engineering liquidity, and then we smart money reversal out of it. I was bullish, so I waited for price to come back down into the 5-minute fair value gap, which was perfect. I got in right here and I just rolled the way up. It was a pretty seamless move. It didn't take that long. Got up to the top. Perfect trade. I had no drawdown except for a bit more on the same candle that I entered from, and that's why I say it's such a good trade, because look at this. This is textbook. This is perfect. And as you can see, market maker buy model as well with the quarterly theory, power of 3, equilibrium, -4 on the fib, higher time frame narrative, bias. Everything was just perfect on this trade. This is honestly a trophy trade right here. Whenever I see a trade like this, you best believe I'm going to pull the trigger no matter what. Let's move on to the final trade of the week, which was on Friday. This was the trade that I ended up taking on Friday, and it was a loss. As you can see, there was news at 8:30, which was this move all the way up that ended up just reaching for a higher time frame fair value gap, and then reaching down in the actual directional bias and the actual direction that the market was going to be taken. And I've noticed, like I've said in my previous videos, that I'm starting to figure out that the news is always reaching for some type of liquidity or just to fill in an imbalance, and then you could easily play off of these moves. So I'm gonna keep building on my hypothesis and then just see what happens. But I was already bearish on USD JPY, so I saw that we started coming back up after touching the higher time frame fair value gap that's down here. I believe it is a weekly fair value gap if I'm not mistaken. But as soon as we started coming back up, and I noticed that we swept liquidity above these highs right here, but not with displacement. So as soon as I saw this move down, which I honestly should have just waited a bit more, see what was gonna happen, I ended up entering on the move back up into that fair value gap, because I was targeting this low down here with a 4.02 risk to reward ratio. I had my stop loss at the top of this swing high, and I ended up being stopped out. That's basically what I was thinking. But as you can see, price just consolidated, went up a bit more, and then just ended up consolidating until it got up to what we're up to this week, which is this big move up. And then as you can see, hopefully we get up into this area tomorrow and I end up catching a win. But I'm honestly gonna save what I was gonna say for the next video. In this video, I'm just gonna say, make sure you don't miss out on that video. And I know a lot of YouTubers just say that to say it, but if you are actually trading live and you're going through this trading journey with me, I'm gonna pour out a lot of information in that video. I'm gonna prepare it very well, and like I said, I'm being transparent with you guys as much as I can with trading, because I know that I am going to master trading. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care what the narrative is. I'm going to master this because I already know what's possible and I already know what I'm capable of. I've done 10% in 1 week, and depending on your capital, you could do the math. Let's say, for example, $1,000 account, 10% is $100. Imagine that with 100,000, 50,000 and above. Either way, I just wanted to re-record this video because I'm just thankful for the amount of support that we've been getting on the YouTube channel and on Instagram. Growing very well, and I'm going to keep it up. It's honestly what's keeping me motivated to keep making these videos. Like I said, I enjoy making the videos and I enjoy trading. This is not like I'm really working. This is just something that's fun, and I'm obviously learning a very useful skill in the process. So yeah, I don't want to keep talking. It was a very short video, only had 3 trades. Like I said, I'm going to save everything from this week for that next video that's going to be recorded after this. Now I have a video checklist sticky note right there, but hopefully I don't forget to not record the screen when I'm recording a video. And I believe that video was about 30 minutes long and I had no screen recording, so I can just imagine what that would have been like in the viewer's experience, and that's why I re-recorded it. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know if you're on your trading journey as well and how everything's going in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.